written by Laurie Freeney. The Spark. Around 1764, Scottish inventor James Watt was hired to repair a new coal steam engine. Miners used this engine, invented decades earlier, to pump out of flooded mines. Watt can improve the steam engine design, making it much more efficient and affordable. In the following years, Watt and other inventors even made more improvements to steam engine. For the first time, steam could use to power all kinds of machines, from weaving looms to locomotives. Watt's steam engine was one of many advances that sparked around the Industrial Revolution. From the mid-1700s to the mid-1800s, new technology transformed Great Britain and eventually the world. The Industrial Revolution influenced every part of people's daily life. It changed how people work, where they live, how far they could travel, what they wore, and even what food they ate. The root of revolution. The development of new technology was one of the most important causes of the Industrial Revolution, but there were others. The East India Company, a trading company formed in England in 1600. One of them had grown into military and political power with a large private army. The East India Company imported cotton products from India. The products were cheap because Indians bordered laborers won't pay much of their work. Cotton goods became extremely popular in Britain. In the mid-1700s, the East India Company took control of territories in India. Britain now had direct access to India's supplies that raw cotton. Britain began to import cheap cotton from India in order to produce finished goods even more cheaply at home. By the late 1700s, British control of overseas territory expanded to include colonies in West Indies, North and South America, and Canada. These territories provide with other raw material, including wool, silk, and lumber. Britain also has large supplies of animal resources important to industrialization such as coal and iron. Britain's population has grown as a farmer found new ways to produce more food. At the same time, wealthy lords bought same amounts of public land. Once worked by a small farmer, people who no longer grow their own food had to move city to find work. The rise of the machine. Textile production, making cloth and clothing, was the biggest industry in the 1700s. It was also the first to be recognized by new invention. Before the Industrial Revolution, workshop making cloth was often a family business. Yarn from cotton, flax or wool, and weaving cloth on a handloom. The process was slow and tedious, even for skilled workers. In the late 1700s, spinning and weaving became more efficient thanks to using a series of new inventions. Richard Arkwright, an industrialist and inventor, developed a way to water wheel to device a spinning machine that produced strong cotton thread. Arkwright's invention was too big for workshop, so he built a large mill in the Comfort, Derbyshire. Comfort Mill soon employed hundreds of workers. Arkwright eventually built more several factories, and other textile manufacturers followed his example. The factory system. Factories not only changed how goods were made, but also the nature of working life. The first factory was water-powered, needed to be located close to rivers. Steam powder factory, however, could be built almost anywhere. Many were built around Manchester location near the coast, made it easy to import raw material and export finished products overseas. The new mill and factory led to population in boom. In 1773, Manchester had a population of about 25,000. By 1802, it had 52 mills and about 52 millions, 52 mills and about 95,000 inhabitants. By 1851, it was a small city with only 300,000, with new nickname Cottonopolis. Inside, factories were usually noisy, cramped, dimly lit places where workers toiled between 12 and 16 hours per day, 6 days a week. When there's no paid vacation or sick days and no safety regulations, factory owners enforce strict rules and sometimes beat or whip their employees, especially children. Workers could be fined for offenses such as whistling or opening a window. Factoring uses a process known as division of labor, with each part of the manufacturing process performed with the separate person. The system spread up production and allowed factory owners to pay low wages because the workers need a little skill. Child labor. Children as young as 4 often work full-time in factory alongside their family. In the early 1800s, more than half of the workers in some British factories were under the age of 40. Factory owners then paid children as little as one-tenth of what adults made. Sometimes children did not receive any wages at all, working instead for room and board. Children could do jobs that adults were big to do, such as crawling under textile machine to pick up fallen thread. Injuries were common for both adults and children. Children also worked in coal mines, where there was constant danger from gas explosion and collapsing mine shafts. Children as young as 5 served as trappers in mines, opening and closing doors to let fresh air. Older children and women pushed heavy pull-tabs of coal through dark, narrow tunnels. The British Parliament was forced to react to public outrage at these terrible working conditions. It passed a series of laws reducing the number of hours that children could work and raising the minimum working age. However, these laws were difficult to enforce for many children. Working in factories and mines was the only way they could earn money for food and housing. Education. Before the 1800s, school was not free in Britain. Wealthy children were educated at home by the governess and tutors. Poor children could attend Sunday school organized by churches or paid to go to small, informal private school held in teachers' homes. In 1883, Factory Act ruled that children working in factories should receive 2 hours of education per day. Charities setting up free school, known as red school, in working class areas, new printing and papermaking technique and made books and newspapers more available and affordable, and literacy increased. Beyond Great Britain, the Industrial Revolution gradually spread, first to mainland Europe and then to North America. The British were understandably reluctant to share the invention, wealth, and power, although exporting machines and techniques was forbidden. English-born William Cockerell, an expected iron maker, brought new technology to Belgium, and his son opened an iron works there. From Belgium, their new methods spreading to France, Germany, and the rest of Europe. Samuel later studied the design of textile machines, before he moved from Britain to the United States, where he built these machines for memory. This earned him the nickname Slater the Trader. In 1793, he built a spinning mill on Rhode Island and helped launch the American Industrial Revolution. Legacy. Many historians agree that most people's overall standard living has improved during the Industrial Revolution. Average income increased, and for the first time, people could choose from a selection of affordable, mass-produced clothing, household items, and other goods. There were many negative effects though. Fossil fuel and chemical use in manufacturing polluted the air and water. Poor people, especially children, live and work in harsh conditions, and big cities become overcrowded and filthy. As the Industrial Revolution progressed, some of these problems improved. Cities developed better sanitation and sewage systems. Government passed laws to better people from Indians, and their fight for fair treatment usually extended to other groups, including women. Ultimately, the Industrial Revolution laid the groundwork for modern society. As we know, it's all for convenience from phone to call. We rely on today.
Good job!